Views expressed are solely those of the speaker and not necessarily those of Paltalk.com, AVM Software, or its advertisers.
News Talk is online. News Talk Online is a production of Paltalk.com, the largest multimedia interactive program on the internet with more than 4 million unique users on demand on iTunes and on YouTube and on my blog, GaryBaumgarten.com, where you're encouraged to post your comments, whether you agree with yours truly or not. I welcome you to the show. We have a great show for you today. The second half of the show, we're going to talk about President Obama traveling to Egypt to reach out a hand and shake the hands of the Muslim world. And whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, I hope that he is right in what he is doing, frankly. I'd like to see better relations between the United States and the Muslim world. But today we're going to talk about another conflict because, 65 years ago, on Saturday, the greatest amphibious invasion ever launched occurred on the beaches of Normandy. I don't even know how many thousands of people died in a battle that was key to defeating the Nazi Third Reich in Europe. Ladies and gentlemen, the veterans of that generation, the greatest generation, are dwindling in number because of the demographics. My own father, who was a veteran of World War II and also served in France, died this past New Year's Eve. My uncle, who was a veteran of World War II, just died a couple of weeks ago. He gained a Purple Heart. He had shrapnel in his leg. And he was in a theater of war as well. But no battlefield of that conflict was bloodier than Normandy. Walter Blum is 84. He is a retired architect living in Great Neck, New York. He took part in D-Day. He was a private, a member of the 1st Engineering Brigade, but afterwards was transferred out because of the heavy casualties that the brigade endured. Harvey Blum, we are just so grateful that you are able to join us here today on News Talk Online on Paltalk.com. And I want to begin by thanking you for your service to this nation. Welcome to the show, sir.
Well, I'm grateful to be able to talk to you.
I'm sure you are. Tell me, Mr. Blum, what was that war like? What was it like hitting the beach in Normandy? We saw Saving Private Ryan. We all saw it. I hear that it was even more horrific than was depicted in the film.
Well, it was more than just landing at the beach. There was rehearsal on the beaches of Southampton with the outfit that I had trained with. We were a harbor engineer outfit to get rid of the mines, clear the beaches of the German pillboxes and so forth. We were supposed to land on June 5th at 6 o'clock in the morning, but with bad weather, all the ships were going over and the Air Force were halted so that we could get better weather, which was going to occur on the 6th. So actually the invasion was made on the 6th with much better weather. We had better air cover because the visibility was greater. We went across on LCTs, which were ships that carried troops with netting on the side. You climbed down the netting to get into the small landing crafts. And the landing crafts could handle anywhere between 40 and 50 men crammed together. And we were really crammed together with all our equipment on. We were carrying about 60 or 70 pounds of equipment, knapsacks and so forth on our back. The landed at about a little after 6, about 6:15 in the morning. I can't give you the exact time. I wasn't carrying a watch. And it was pretty exciting, I would say, but pretty frightening. We were under extreme fire from German mortars, German artillery, to get to the firing at us from behind the cliffs into the water, and we had to settle with the mines. It was our job to clear them out. We blasted them out with weapons that we were carrying across. We were dumped. The Navy, who brought us in on the small landing craft, brought us in as far as they could, and we ran into sandbars, and they dumped us into water 3 and 4 feet deep. Those who could swim could make it ashore. Those who didn't drown before they were killed. Unfortunately, the Army never selected people for beach landings, whether they could swim or not. Didn't make much sense. One of the few mistakes that the Asian people made under General Eisenhower. It was a fantastic bit of maneuvers with all the equipment that was required to get the foot soldiers in, get the tanks in, half tracks and other equipment onto the beach without losing them. And it had to be moved very quickly, and everything had to be kept in motion. If you were stationary, you were a target. So climbed onto the beach, went up and destroyed one pillbox, and got up on top of the beach on the cliff. And then we moved on further in and mobilized, found out that our outfit had had so many casualties that they weren't going to regroup our outfit, and they moved us on to the 90th Infantry Division, 315th Engineer Combat Battalion. We were trained as engineers. It was pretty frightening because when we originally supposed to go in on the 5th, we were also hyped up for it. And then it was delayed. We had some apprehensions, and the tensions grew even further. We didn't know why, didn't know whether, but we didn't know if that was the answer. What else would you like to know?
How many people died that day or during the course of that taking over the beach? How long did it take, by the way?
A lot of people died. A lot of people were injured, wounded. Medics picked up people as fast as they could, got them onto a beach hospital, which was set up in a tent to care for these men. And as soon as they could, they get them back on the LCTs that had brought them in and took them back. Brought that back to England, to the hospitals in England.
Did you at all?
I have no idea of the number of casualties. That's probably printed information that you can get from the Army. But I never knew how many were. I wasn't interested in counting them.
Right, I guess at a certain point it becomes academic.
And those that survived and got onto the beach and moved inland.